again. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me. So one thing to note here before we get started is that we're going to start with some hamstring isolation work down on our backs, and then we're going to move that kind of into the practice. And so if you know that you have tight hamstrings going in and you like a little bolster for it, grab a strap, a blanket, a tea towel. I use this Brooks Brothers power tie that my mom bought me for work, which is always kind of funny to me. And we're going to get started from there. So yeah, so if you need to grab that, go ahead. And then we're going to start down on our backs. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down to our back, bend our knees, bring your feet as wide as the mat. Then let your knees come in and touch each other. From there, bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your stomach, and drop the back of your head down to the mat. Just start by noticing the movement of your breath in and out. The beating of your heart, the rise and fall of your stomach. Pretty quickly here, let's start to move into movement. So what we're going to do is leaving our knees touching. As you inhale, you're just going to squeeze your knees together. Feel that engagement. Feel yourself activating into your breath. And then as you exhale, still leaving your knees touching, you're just going to let go of that squeeze. So inhale. And then exhale. So to bring your breath in line with the practice. In line with the movement. 2 more times. This time, leaving your knees touching. Squeeze your knees together. Grounding your sit bones. Lift the small of your back up off the mat. Then as you exhale, actively curl your spine and press the small of your back down into the mat. Inhale. Lift the small of your back. Grasping your knees. Exhale. Ground. Your own breath, your own pace. Take 3 more. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. As you exhale, drop your hands down by your hips. Heel toe your feet in so your heels are in line with your sit bones. Reaching down, touch your heels. Inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Reach long behind you. Feel extension through your shoulders, through your armpits. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Take your head up to your knees for nice and slow. Inhale, reach your hands and your feet long. Second time, knees in the chest. This time, leave the back of your head grounded. Take your knees slightly wider than your chest. Throw your elbows out to the side. Then rock elbow to elbow. Side to side, back and forth. Come back to center. Again, bring your knees together. Bring your head up to your knees. Then inhale, reach your hands and your feet long. Third time, knees in the chest. This time, reach up through your knees. Find the bottoms of your feet. Press your heels towards the sky. Your knees towards the ground. Happy baby. Stay active through your heels. You can rock a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Slowly let the bottoms of your feet come together. Let your feet come down to the mat. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your stomach. It's March, so we're going to work a little lion's breath. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale through our nose. And then we're going to exhale out through our mouth, sticking our tongue out. We'll take 3 nice breaths this way. Take a nice deep inhale. Fill your body up with air. Feel your lungs expand. Open up your mouth, stick out your tongue. Exhale all the way out. Two more. Pause at the top, open your mouth, stick out your tongue, exhale all the way out. Third breath. Exhale. Drop your hands down by your hips. Press your knees together. Bring your feet wide again. Inhale your hands up overhead. Reach long overhead. This time, as you exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Take your left leg long. Inhale, reach your hands and your feet long. Left side, knee in the chest. Right leg long. Inhale long. Bring your right knee into your chest. This time, pause. Okay, a couple of options here. You can interlace your hands behind your hamstring. Take your right foot straight up to the sky. If you've got tight hamstrings, that's a nice stretch. If you grab a strap or a blanket, bring the strap around the ball of your right foot. Take your right foot straight up to the sky. Or if you're working peace fingers, take your peace fingers around your big toe. Take a nice grasp and take your right foot up to the sky. Find your breath here, nice and long. Take your left hand out wide. Ground your palm down into the mat. Let your right foot float over towards the right. As your left sit bone comes up off the mat, back off slightly. So for me, it's not very much. Just trying to isolate into that hamstring and only the hamstring this morning. Come back to center. Bring your left hand to your right foot. Let your right foot travel over center line. As your right hip comes up off the mat, back off slightly. Three more nice long breaths. Back to center. Bend your knee, bring both of your hands to your right foot. Peel your head up off the mat. Let your chin come up towards your shin. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, with control, let your right foot float all the way down to the mat. Inhale your hands up overhead. Reach long behind you. Exhale, bring your left knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Inhale long. Now left side. Take a moment and check in. See what you need. If you want to go hamstrings, strap, or peace fingers, whatever makes the most sense for you. Let your left leg come up towards the sky. Stay active through the ball of your left foot. Press through the heel. Take your right hand wide. Round your right palm down to the mat. Let your left foot float over towards the left. As your right sit bone comes up off the mat, back off slightly. Come back to center. Bring your right hand to your left foot or your right hand to the strap. Let your left foot travel over center line, coming over towards the right. Doesn't have to come very far. Back to center. Bring both of your hands to your left foot. Take your left foot straight up to the sky. Peel your head up off the mat. Let your chin find your shin. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, let your left foot float down towards the mat. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Reach long behind you. Exhale, bring your knees and your chest. This time, grab behind your knees. Rock up to your feet. Then back to your shoulders. To your feet. To your shoulders. Then with control, we're going to rock ourselves into Navasana, boat pose. Ground into your sit pose. Get long through the collarbone. If you want, you can hold behind your knees. If you want, you can bring your hands up wide. Find your breath. From here, grab behind your knees. Bend your feet. Hinge your weight forward. Let your feet hover 2 inches above the mat. Keep hinging your weight forward. See how slowly you can come forward. Further up, further taller. Then when your feet touch, grab the front of your shins. Inhale, look up. Open to the front of your throat. Then as you exhale, curl at your spine. Drop your chin to your collarbone. Then with control, let go of your shins. Come down to your back. Line your heels up with your sit bones. Pressing down into your feet and your shoulders. Lift your pelvis up towards the sky. Bridge pose. If you've got an early wheel in your practice, feel free to go for it. Take one more nice inhale. As you exhale, lower your hips back down to the mat. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, bring your knees and your chest. Grab behind your knees. Go feet, shoulders. Then with control, rock yourself forward. Navasana pose. You can stay here in Navasana. You can work Ardha Navasana, low boat, leaving your legs and your back off the mat. Reach your fingers down towards your toes. Hinge forward. Grab behind your knees. Ground your sit bones. Tall to the crown of the head. Then as your feet touch the mat, find the front of your shins. Inhale, look up. Exhale, curl out. Then let go. Come down to the mat. Second time, bridge pose. If you want, bend your elbows. Press your elbows into the mat. Your feet and your shoulders. See if you can get a little more extension through your pelvis. Exhale, lower your hips back down to the mat. Inhale, reach your hands up overhead, reach long behind you. Exhale, bring your knees and your chest, grab behind your knees, go feet, shoulders. Then with control, Navasana, third time. Navasana, Ardha Navasana. If you're working into inversion practice, rock to the small of your back. Bring your hands up overhead. Let your feet hover 8 inches above the mat. Pick your gaze up through your thumbs. Inhale, rise up. Grab the front of your shins. Ground your feet. One last time. Curl. Curl. Let go. Come down to your back. Wheel if it's in your practice. Any variation on bridge. For the third one, what I'm going to do, lift my pelvis and interlace my hands. From there, I'm going to drop one shoulder blade, then the other down further onto the mat. Press into my hands and lift my pelvis. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, reach your hands up overhead. Exhale, bring your knees and your chest this time. Cross your legs at your ankles. Rock up to your feet. Then back to your shoulders. Then with control, rock up and over your knees. Plant your hands. Let's step back to plank pose or tabletop. Finding your hands underneath your shoulders. Get long through your arms. Find that engagement there. 5 breaths. We're going to take side plank from here. You can either bring your right hand directly underneath your gaze, rolling to the outer edge of your right foot, bring your left hand up to the sky, or you can drop your right knee down to the mat. Either or. Find the weight of the pose in the thumb and the pointer finger to the inner edge of your right hand. Two more breaths. As you exhale, drop your left hand down to the mat. Either pivot around onto your left knee or the outer edge of your left foot. Right hand to the sky. Exhale, drop your right hand down to the mat. Everybody, bring your feet together behind you. Open your knees up wide. Press back into your knees. Drop your hips all the way back to your feet. Child's pose. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, start to walk your hands forward, leaving your forehead low towards the mat. Bring your knees together. Keep walking your hands forward. As your knees reach 90 degrees, drop your forehead and your chest down towards the mat. Find puppy. Exhale, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Pressing back into your hips. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Press your collarbone down towards the mat. Grow long through the armpits. If you want a little movement here, walk it out a little bit from side to side. First down dog of the practice, maybe first down dog of the day. From there, bring your feet together behind you. Drop your knees to the mat. Ground the tops of your feet. Press all the way back. Child's pose. One breath. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Drop your forehead and your chest down towards the mat. You can walk your hands back, grounding your inner elbow into the mat. Bring your hands behind your head. You want a little more pressure down into your armpits. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl your toes under. Press all the way back. Down, down. Find the length of one breath from the start of the inhale to the end of the exhale. See if you can concentrate your effort into your diaphragm. Inhale your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees down towards the mat. Take some little steps. Find your way to the top of the mat. Inhale up halfway. Bring your hands to your shins or your thigh. Exhale, full. Ground into your feet. Sweep your hands by your side. Rise all the way up. Put your palms overhead. Look up through your thumb. Exhale your hands to heart center. From there, cross your left foot over your right. Inhale, bring your hands up overhead. Pinky toe touches pinky toe. The front of your right knee finds the back of your left knee. Hinge forward. Let your hands come all the way down to the mat. That means bending your knees. Bend your knee. Drop to the crown of the head. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Inhale up halfway. As you exhale, unwind your left foot. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Frame your right foot with your hand. Find low lunge. From there, drop your left knee down to the mat. Ground the top of your foot. Shift your weight back into your left knee. Ground your right heel. Bring your toes up towards the sky. Half split. If full splits in your practice and you're jonesing for it early, go for it. Stay active through the ball of the foot. Find that stretch into your hamstring. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, ground your right foot. Shift your weight back forward. Bring your right knee back underneath. your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. From there, we're going to sit back into hero's pose, grounding into our heels. Now, I'm going to take 2 camel preps off of each of these poses. If there's something else that you prefer to do, if you want to come into a full camel, that's fine. We're taught that when we express through the front of the heart, we tell the world who we are, what we need to be. So we're going to try to open up the front of the heart a little bit. So if you're coming into those camel preps, bring your hands back behind you. Take just your fingertips down into the mat. Drop your chin to your collarbone. Lift your pelvis. From there, let your head travel up and over. Look back behind you. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, lower your hips back down to your heels. Inhale, rise back up into hero's pose. From there, rise up onto your knees. Bring your hands up overhead. Hinge through the hips, fold back down to the mat. Curl your toes under and press back to down dog. From there, bring your right foot up to the sky. Kick your right foot in towards your bum. Stack your hips, open up. Press your pressure down into your right armpit. Back through your left heel. Bring your right foot back up to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through. Then step your left foot forward. Inhale up halfway. Bring your hands to your shins, to your thighs. Reach long to the crown of the head. Activate out through the hips. Exhale, fold. Ground and rise all the way up. Put your palms overhead. Look up through your thumbs. Exhale, heart center. Right foot over left. Pinky toe to pinky toe. Back of the right knee finds the front of the left knee. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale, hinge down. Find the floor. You can stay here. You can work your neck. Grab your opposite biceps and sway a little bit. Whatever makes the most sense. Inhale up halfway. As you exhale, unwind your right foot, step your right foot back. Find your hands around your left foot, frame your left foot. Drop your right knee. Ground the top of your right foot. Shift your weight back into your right knee. Ground your left heel, toes to the sky. Half split pose. Hinge your weight back forward. Ground your left foot. Right foot comes back. So that's your left foot. Your left knee comes back. La, 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 la. Back into your heels. All right. Second time for that camel prep. Bring your hands back behind your feet. Chin to your collarbone. Lifting your pelvis. Or a different variation if that serves you more. Whatever makes the most sense. Exhale, drop your hips down to your feet. Inhale, rise up hero. Inhale, rise up onto your knees. Bring your hands up overhead. Exhale, hinge through the hips, fold down. Let your hands find the mat. Curl your toes under. Press all the way back. Down dog. Left foot to the sky. Kick your left foot in towards your bum. Stack your hips. Open up. Weight down into your left armpit. Out through your right heel. Left foot back up to the sky. Exhale, step it all the way through. Step your right foot forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. From here, let's start to introduce it Utkatasana into the practice. You can heel toe your feet together or leave your heels in line with your sit bones. Sitting back into your heels. Inhale your hands up towards the sky. Then as you exhale, stand tall. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sit back, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold to the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands up, just your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your left heel, line up heel to arch. Let your left hand reach up and over. Find warrior two. Set up your pose. Find your second toe and your right foot in line with your heel. Make sure you can see your toes. Drop your shoulder blades down your back. From here, inhale, reverse. Then as you exhale, supported side angle, right elbow, right knee. Left hand up and over. Then inhale, reverse. Exhale, sweep all the way down to the mat. Frame your right foot. Kick your right foot straight up to the sky. Find three-legged dog. Now, you can kick your foot in towards your bum and stack your hips again. Or if you flip your dog, one more heart opener, you're going to let your foot travel over. All 10 toes are going to come the same direction. You reach your right hand up and over. Long, straight left arms. Right foot back up to the sky. Step your right foot all the way through. Step your left foot forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet together. Utkatasana. Exhale, stand tall, hands to heart center. Utkatasana, sit back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Plant your hands, so just your right foot to the back of the mat. Drop your right heel, line up heel to arch. Let your right hand reach up and over. Warrior two. Set up your pose. Slow your breath down. Reverse your warrior. Pull your rib away from your hip. And then as you exhale, left elbow, left knee. Right hand up and over. Inhale, back, reverse. Exhale, sweep down, frame your left foot, curl your right toes under, kick your left foot up to the sky. Again, this pose is fine. Stacked is fine. If you're going to flip, make sure you have that long right arm. All 10 toes, same direction. Rounded heels. Inhale, bring your left foot back up to the sky. Ground your left hand. Exhale, step it all the way through. On an inhale, bring the right foot forward. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, one breath. Exhale, stand tall. Let's do two dancing warrior twos. So what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, sit back. Exhale, fold to the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant your hand, stepping your right foot back first and then your left, find plank. Your choice from here. You can drop to the mat and take cobra. You can let your breath lift your hips and press back to down dog. Or you can rock forward on your toes and come halfway down into chaturanga. As we exhale, down dog. Inhale your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale into the pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale all the way to the mat. Frame your right foot. Step your right foot back. Let your exhale find the low point of your transition. The inhale finds length to the collarbone. The exhale finds down dog. Then the other side, inhale your left foot up. Exhale, step it through. Drop your right heel, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale all the way to the mat. Frame your left foot, step your left foot back. Your breath, your pose. As you lose the breath, you lose the practice. Come back to that. 5 breaths here and down dog. Inhale your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees to the mat. Step your right foot forward first and then your left. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana. Exhale, stand tall. Utkatasana one more time, all the way through. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Left foot, then right. Plank. Your breath guides you into down dog. Right foot to the sky. Right foot all the way through. Rise up, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, mat. Right foot back. Flow. Down dog. Left foot to the sky. Exhale, step it through. Drop the right heel, rise up. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, left elbow, left knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, swing down to the mat. Up dog. Down dog. I got really sing-songy. Don't know why. Inhale, bring your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees to the mat. Left foot, then right. Top of the mat. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground into your feet. Keep your hands by your side. Rise all the way up. Exhale, center. Let's take 2 active forward folds. So, lots of options. First option, bring your hands around your ankles. Grab the back of your ankles. Lift your hips. Drop to the crown of the head. Second option, peace fingers around your big toes. Bend your elbows. Flex down. Third option, grab your opposite bicep. Sway a little bit. Choose one of those 3. First time through. Inhale up halfway. Adding a 4th option if you want to take any one of those first 3, or gorilla, rocking back on your heel. Let your toe find your wrist. The ball of your foot find your palm. Open your fingers up nice and wide. Shift your weight forward. Lift through your hips. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground and rise all the way up. Step to the middle of the mat. Bring your hands wide. You can step or you can hop. Land your feet directly underneath your wrists. From there, find your second toe in line with your heel. We'll start with Trikonasana. We'll take the right side all the way through. Then we'll work back towards the left. So right toes out. You might be feeling good through your hamstrings. If that's the case and you want to work towards toe grasp this morning, make sure you can stack back into that left hip, into that left shoulder. If you're coming down to the pose, drop your right hand down your right leg. Hinge forward. Reach your left hand up to the sky. Again, if you're toe grasping, you come down, grab the foot, then open back up. Either or. Inhale, rise up. From here, revolve Trikonasana. So right hand, right hip. I open up my left foot a little bit so my hip can come around a little bit more. From there, reach your left hand long. When your left hand won't reach anymore, hinge down towards something. Your thigh, your shin or the floor. Press back into that right hip. Get long through that right leg. Reach your right hand up to the sky. Inhale, rise back up. From here, adjust your feet, find warrior two. Hold it this time for 5 breaths. From there, turn your right toes in. So all 10 toes are in the same direction. You're going to bend into that right knee. You're going to come down towards the floor. You're going to ground your palms. Walk your palms back in line with your heels, your fingers with your toes. Bend your elbows, drop to the crown of the head. From there, turn your right toes forward. Walk your right hand around your right leg. 2 options, right elbow, right knee, left hand up and over, or right hand outer edge or inner edge of your ankle, left hand up and over. From there, take your right hand long as well. Let both hands hover out in front of you. Reach. From there, drop your right elbow to your right knee. Reach your left hand back behind you. Open up through your left shoulder, look up. That's your first bound. If you want, if you reach your hand down and you grab hand to hand, go for it. If you use a strap or a tie, go for that too. Any one of those 3. Open through that left shoulder, bring your gaze up towards the sky. From there, we find bound Trikonasana, so straighten out your right leg. Your hands in your pocket, that's fine, just stay there. Stay open through the left shoulder. Keep dropping that right shoulder down towards the mat. Turn your gaze to the ground, find the second toe on your right foot. Now, you're either going to bring your right hand 8 inches in front of your right foot and find half moon, or you're going to try to hold this bind, shift your weight into your right foot, let your left foot float back behind you. Stay active through the ball of your left foot. Open through the left shoulder. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward, let your left foot find your right. From here, we'll find dancer pose on the right side. So ground your right foot. Bend your left knee. Grab your left foot, right hand to the sky. You can hinge forward, or you can just stand tall. Inhale, rise back up. Let your left foot find the mat. From here, we're going to take standing hand to toe on the right side. So ground your left foot. Bring your right knee into your chest. A couple of options. First option, hands underneath your hamstring, right foot straight out in front of you. Second option, peace fingers, right big toe. Exhale, let your right foot come back down to the mat. From here, we're going to take tree, grounded into the left foot, right foot up. Your choices are bring your foot next to your ankle, bring your foot next to your calf, bring your foot above your knee joint, or if you like half bound lotus, let your right foot find your left hip. I hold on to my foot and let my right knee drop down towards the ground. Hand to heart center. Any one of those 4. Exhale, bring your right foot back down to the mat. From here, we're going to find eagle pose with our right foot grounded. So we're going to bring our left foot up and over. Wrap your legs. Bring your hands wide. Take your left elbow underneath. From there, press your forearms out in front of you. Lift your elbows. Bend your right knee. Wrap your legs nice and tight. Down into your right leg. Inhale, rise up. Leaving your arms where they are. Bring your left knee into your chest. Then hinge through your right hip. Take your left foot back behind you. Find warrior 3 with eagle arm. Bend your right knee. Step your left foot back behind you. Bring your hands wide. Turn all 10 toes in one direction. All right. Other side. Turn your left toes out. Trikonasana to start. Reach your left hand long. Listen to your breath. Listen to your body. Inhale, rise up. Left hand, left hip. Right foot opens up. Right hand around. Reach your right hand long. Hinge forward. Let your right hand find something. Keep pressing back into the left hip. If that's it, that's cool. If the left hand comes up to the sky, that's cool too. Exhale. Drop your left hand back down to the mat. Inhale. Rise up into warrior 2. Set up the pose. There's no rush. There's no hurry. From there, turn your left toes in, leaving that bend in your left knee. Warrior 2, forward fold. Walk your left hand around your left foot. Turn your left toes out. Either elbow to knee, right hand up and over, or work down towards your ankle. Left hand comes long as well. Work your way towards some kind of bind. Right hand, left pocket. Open up through your right shoulder. Use the strap. Use your hands, whatever. From there, we straighten out our left leg. Bound Trikonasana. Gaze finds the second toe on your left foot. Either left hand comes long in front of you, or your weight comes into your left foot, and your right foot floats back behind you. Half moon or bound half moon. As you exhale, hinge forward. Let your right foot find your left foot. Bend your right knee. Grab your right foot. Left hand to the sky. Hinge forward. Dancer pose. Rise back up. Ground your right foot. Standing hand to toe, left side. Whatever makes sense. Find your breath. Let your foot come back down to the mat. Ground into your right foot, left foot, tree. So ankle, calf, above the knee, or half bound lotus. Left foot back down to the mat. Eagle left side. Right foot comes over. Right elbow comes underneath. Press your forearms out. Lift your elbows. Bend into your left knee. Sit down. Rise up. Unwind your right foot. Let your right foot float back. Long into your left leg. Warrior 3 with eagle arms. Bend into your left knee. Step your right foot back. Bring your hands wide. Bring your hands to your hips. One wide-legged forward fold. Bring your pelvis forward. Exhale halfway down. Pause. Exhale, hinge all the way down. Ground your palms. Walk your hands towards your right toes. Curl your right toes under, find low lunge. Step your right foot back. Now, you can chaturanga to down dog. You can just step back to down dog. Whatever makes sense. If you have lower back issues, for this next pose, we're going to start in figure 4. So if you've got lower back issues, come down to your back. Bend your right knee. Cross your right foot over your left knee. Reach through and grab your left thigh. If you don't have lower back issues, we're going to start in half pigeon. Right foot comes to the sky. Right knee finds right elbow. Right foot finds left armpit. Settle down into your right shin. Your left leg long behind you. Come down towards your forearms. We're not going to hang out here for super long today. Just enough to get a little opening through the hip. We're going to work our way through here into Ostravakasana. If you're down on your back in figure 4, start to hinge forward. If you're down on your forearms, ground your palms. You start to lift your chest. Walk your hands back towards your knee. Get long through your collarbone. Then slowly let your right hip come down to the mat. Bring your left leg around. From here, bring your right foot inside of your left thigh. Drop your left forearm down onto your left quad. Reach your right hand up to the sky. And then hinge forward. Reach your right hand up and over and grab your toes. Or imagine what that would look like. From there, bring your hand back behind your right hip. Ground your palm into the mat. Your right shin down into the mat. Showing your left hip up to the sky. Open through the front of the heart. Exhale back down. If you want to take the arm balance, if you're feeling healthy through your wrists and your elbows this morning, then go for the arm balance. If you don't, I would suggest maybe finding a happy baby in between. If you're coming to the arm balance, ground your right foot down into the mat. Bring your right hand directly between your knee and your elbow, or your knee and your foot. That's your foot. From there, we're going to bend our elbows 90 degrees. The key to this pose is getting a 90-degree bend in your elbows. Cross your left foot over your right ankle. Hinge forward. Find the connection between your right tricep and your right inner thigh. From there, bending your elbows, lift your hips, then squeeze your thighs together, and your feet will float up off the mat. Everybody drop your hips back down to the mat. Everybody, take your feet in front of you. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down, touch toes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come all the way down to your back. Your choice. Cross your legs at your ankles, rock up and over your knees. Half pigeon on the left side, or figure four on the left side. There's no rush. There's no hurry. Settle down into your hip. Let your breath get you there. If you're down on your back in figure four, start to work your way out of the pose. If you're here in half pigeon, ground into your palms. Walk your hands back towards your shin. Get long through your collarbone. As you exhale, hinge down. Bring your right foot around. Right forearm, right quad. Left hand up to the sky. Hinge forward. Let your left hand reach up and over. Grab your toe. Inhale, rise back up. Left hand behind your left hip. Press down into your left shin and your left hand. Shine your right hip up to the sky. Exhale back down. Left foot to the mat. Left hand comes dead center between foot and knee. Right hand comes out chaturanga distance. Cross your legs at your ankles. Hinge forward. Bend your elbows. Come down towards the ground. Lift your hips. Then squeeze your thighs together. And your feet will come together. Then sit down. Both of your feet out in front of you. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale, hands down, touch toes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, with control. Come all the way down to your back. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale, bring your knees and your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Let's find one dead bug just to check in, see if there's anything else we need. Bring your feet up towards the sky. Ground into your shoulders. Lift your hands up towards the sky. Check yourself front to back, top to bottom, left to right. If there's something else you need, feel free to move through it. Maybe you bend your elbows and your knees 90 degrees. Maybe you reach up through your knees and you find happy baby. Maybe from there, you let the bottoms of your feet come together. Your feet come down to the mat, your knees splay out wide. Ostravakasana. Whatever makes the most sense for you. If you want to stay here, that's cool. If you want a more traditional Shavasana practice, bring your feet out in front of you. Closing out our practice with the simple 3-part meditation. We start first in our body. Take a moment and notice the weight, the heaviness of your bones down into the ground. Notice your skin, your muscles, your bones, your hair, teeth, the roof of your mouth. Be grateful for your body, grateful for what makes you you. Grateful for the practice, the space, the time. Grateful for the ability to listen to yourself and learn from yourself. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your stomach. Find your breath. Find the start of the inhale, the end of the exhale, nothing more. Let go of your judgment of the last breath. Resist the need to anticipate the next breath. Just one breath at a time. Wrap the beauty of life into one breath. Find strength in that simplicity. Drop your hands down by your hips. Inhale your hands up overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. Touch your thumbs over your heart. Close your eyes if that serves you. Notice your heartbeat. We'll close the practice with 1 unified breath and 2 ohms. Om is a reminder that our words are part of a collective voice, a collective whole. Choose your words carefully. Speak honestly. Speak kindly. Consider both their intention and their impact before you use them. We'll inhale through our nose. We'll exhale out through our mouth. Take a nice deep inhale in. And exhale out. Inhale. Inhale. Thanks so much for sharing this time, this practice with me and with each other, for being here this morning. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, anything you need to hit me up about, feel free to hit me up with questions or comments. I like talking about this stuff. Have a lovely day, everyone. Enjoy the sunshine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you. There we go.